first piece I'm going to do is called Fraud. And I wrote this a few years ago, but I'm hoping that all of you will remember some of the incidents I'm referring to. And some, I've tweaked it just for the news. It's been making headlines over the last week or so. You poke and prod my pocket as servants clear your moat, while I'm wheeling and I'm walking in a ragged, shabby coat. You snatch and crush at wages as servants shine your rolls, while we're shouting and we're swaying in sparse, seven-handed clothes. You cling onto a rule book like a brat to a dummy, while we scrape in an honest gutter for a glimmer of some honey. Grandad struggles in the morning, whimpers gently towards the night, sitting in his own hot shit 'cause his care scheme's not paid right. What kind of warped out world is this one that flies so high? Rulers with their tax havens and feeble alibis. Independent Living Fund, it helped us live full lives. You want all cripples in a home, our freedoms to deprive. Hypocrisy is on trend and avarice shouts loud. Bankers' greed bloats rulers' schemes. Tax dodgers smirking proud. We're scraping and we're scratching at food banks for a crumb. Recession, we're heaped with the blame, while it's leaders who shoot the guilty gun. Thank you.
Now, good morning, everybody. This is a little piece that I only wrote kind of yesterday. So here we go.
Well done, sir.
It's called London, My London. London. It was a fluke, my moving here, and nearly 20 years ago now. Oh, I had visited. Weekend trips and skives off school. I was a boarder down in Hampshire. Lunchtime concerts at the Royal Festival Hall. Amazing how appealing classical music becomes when you get to miss Saturday lessons. Then freezing outside after with our packed lunches and cuppa soups even. Posh London. Once, an evening trip to the Royal Opera House for the Magic Flute and falling asleep on the way home. Throwing up on the coach at 14 because we'd all been nicking champagne for the guests at a performance our choir gave at the Glaziers Hall. Mythical London, unreal city. Dreamily remembered visits to Nana and Grandad in Winchmore Hill. The city where my sisters lived and Dad was from. Journeys to the capital by train and being met at Victoria Station, the accessible loo with the grey and black tiles, which hasn't changed in all this time. Galleries and parks, bands and gigs, flats upstairs. And, okay, mate. Scary London. A chance meeting and the offer of a wheelie-friendly flat in the smoke. Those were the days. I felt the fear but did it anyway, and so to Camden then I came. Camden, with its trendy market and a comedy club. Cafes, lattes and cobbles. Dogs in Regent's Park, and my neighbour's cat, Lassie. Barbecues and parties, munchies. The first few days, and I bumped down huge curbs, crossed high streets between crossing cars, then cried with relief at reaching the other side. Bumping into my sisters because now they lived just up the road. Now that really was scary. Political London with its own mayor. And me, who had a disability but no identity or social model perspective. I was neither diverse nor empowered, but now I discovered personal assistants over carers in all their flavours, and suddenly Zulu was spoken in my living room. Assistants came then via an agency called Body Bank, run by a woman sounding like an East End gangster. I moved in and on, my life opened up. Poor London. Me in my homely new home, while so many were homeless outside, amongst dirt and rubbish-strewn streets. I am not always a good Samaritan. Like most others, Londoners, I usually pass by through pollution and noise. Accessible London, cycle lanes, congestion zone, and parking fines that felt like they fell on my van every 5 minutes. Black cabs in the rain. Us wheelchair users are like Marmite to cabbies. They either love us or hate us. But here we are all together in traffic, on buses, and amidst endless building and roadworks. Equal London, where I have a life, work, and friends again of the coolest kind. One sister moved south, whilst the other just went south of the river. Sacrilege. But the canal came closer, and the damp set in with the cuts. I escaped my sinking flat and jumped boroughs to Islington, captained by Jeremy Corbyn. Now, as an independent disabled woman, I protest at Parliament, have been chained for change, occupied even with tea and sausage rolls, marched down and blocked roads, stopping that flaming traffic. I watched The Lady Killers a while ago, shots of King's Cross as it was. Never in a trillion years did I think I would live just up the road, live here in London, my London.
So my second poem, am I on? I can't hear myself. Yeah. There's a bit of bustle with everyone coming in. I'm wondering what people like to be called and what labels they bear, what labels they like to challenge. Because we bear a certain label, don't we, Soph?
Depending on what day it is.
Yeah. Oh, and there's many, many new labels over the last 6 years now. But one in particular, and I'd be interested to know if any of you out there have had this label. And the label is scrounger. I'm a sponger, a scrounger, a lazy-ass lounger, a raspberry in rainbow. I pose you no danger. I'm the bottomless pit of your pity and debt. On the sick since John Major. Am I still on it yet? I'm the latest cheap target, the tabloid's dark darling, draining the markets, the unit of pleasure, economic displeasure. I'm the blamed useless eater, a foul fraud repeater. Do I make it all up? They say that I suck the money from purses of rich bloated bastards. The kicks and the curses fall from our leaders on us liars and bleeders. We're pariahs and feeders, gorged on too much from the big nanny state. You've condemned us already. There's rarely debate. We can't be sustained because bankers are greedy. We're lazy, we're rank, we're targets of hate to eradicate. But I'm a rouser with words to shout and to hit, saying, who are these Nazis raking over this shit? I shout and I spin at the string of their lies. I'm a new Boadicea, together we rise. They have no compassion, yet we have rebellion and rage with our passion. As time it is rushing, defiance it chimes. We dare to fight back, we dare to fight loud. We dare, We dare.
We dare.
I'm a poem less than I thought I
Oh.
was. So
You not got a bus?
I have
bus?
got a bus. I'm doing that now, aren't I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We only made up our order about 10 minutes ago.
We are professional.
Yeah, we are really. So, slightly cheerier piece now. Did anyone come on the bus?
They all go by tube,
Oh, you
don't
did.
they?
Yeah, I was going to say you were going that mysterious thing called
Yeah,
the tube. Yeah.
I reckon.
Which I still think there's like this tiny snatch of them that we can go in one direction usually and not the other. So we can go up and down on one line and never get off the tube. But still, we are getting there. I've been in London for 30 years and live in Islington now. And I do love a bus. On the bus, Boris bus, dirty, bumpy, horrid bus. There's a trolley in the crib space, see the child, snotty-faced, bullish, buggy, hellish mummy, disposition far from sunny. On the bus, double-decker, smelly, shaky, bony wrecker. There's a suitcase in the crib space, nervous girl who grips in haste, snarling hoodie, chomping burger. Does he not know that meat is murder? On the bus, Boris bus, dirty, bumpy, horrid bus. Another journey, ramp is broken, access as an empty token. Public selfish in dismay while driver grunts and looks away. On the bus, double-decker, smelly, bumpy, bony wrecker. In my slot, a man with doggy, by my shoulder, youth who's groggy, armpits foul and hair is stinking, smells of vomit and binge drinking. On the bus, Boris bus, dirty, bumpy, horrid bus. There we were, such humble crippies, thought the system sent out ripples, proud to take a London bus, with the throng to push to fuss. On the bus, Boris bus, dirty, bumpy Tory bus, any bus, big or small, dirty, rough, crowded, empty, loud and surly, scarcely, just accessy bus.
Thank you.
And our
Right then.
last piece,
Yes, yes.
which we're doing together.
Yes, we are. Yes. If I can see. Yes, I can.
Do
Okay.
you want to introduce it a bit?
Well, this is a little ditty we came up with a few years ago when we first heard that the Independent Living Fund was going to be closed. So we renamed it for Sensibilities of Today, although the word, the S-H-I-T word, has come out quite a bit today already, hasn't it?
Yes,
Kate?
I'm sorry about
Yes,
that if that
yes.
offended anyone, but you know.
So this is called Parfum du Pipi. On the count of three?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Parfum du Pipi, the authentic aroma of the neglected, disabled person. Capturing the fragrance of the lavatoire, fresh from the soiled bed and chair. This scent is for those enforced special moments, hours and the days when the care money and independence is cut. Available to you now in several varieties. Damn you, Jew, the delightful smell of unworthy lives and empty existence. Dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. How delicious!
Puke pomade for those solitary moments of imposed sickness.
Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Ah, the smell! Veg absentia with top notes of the stench of the individual starved of fresh fruit. Dooby-dooby-dooby-doo.
Stench deluxe. Bouquet de midnight, the essence of frustration encapsulates, I can't say it today, encapsulates captivity within your bed and four walls, while happy folk live their lives.
Superb, grotesque. Oui, oui. Available shortly
No,
from
you've
the
missed a bit
recipient
out,
of
sorry.
the... I'm sorry, I'm too excited. Desperation. the ultimate scent, that final inevitability of worthlessness.
Available shortly from ex-recipients of the Independent Living Fund, manufactured by the UK by the Department of Work and Pensions. Bye.